Yo, what's up? Lagyan natin ng background music para hindi boring. So, ayan. Let's start with the tutorial of how to use OBS. Once you've installed OBS, you will see no scenes down here. So, I already have this one here because that is just my personal settings. So, to start off with the OBS settings, first we need to create a scene. Let's say for example in game or start of stream, press OK. Then you'll have a window here on the sources without anything included down there. If you want to add any screen recording here, you should always use game capture instead of your desktop capture, because when you press Alt Tab for some reason, the other people will see it and it is necessarily not appalling to all viewers, especially those who are too focused. So if you want to take a break, let's say for example you want to take a break, you can just add another scene. Let's say for example be right back, BRB. We'll continue with the start. Wait now. So on the BRB part, you can add any image you want, create a new one, replace it with wallpaper. Then you can select any image file that has BRB or be right back kind of setting. But if you don't have any images like that, let's say for example you're using stream elements to create your themes, you can always use browser, then add the right back. Once you're done with that, you just need to paste the link here. Let's say I'm going to stream elements. Oh, did I save that? There we go. /dashboard/theme. If you have any overlay, you can use those on your stream by just adding a browser part to it. Let's say I'm going to add the be right back. Just click edit. You can select those. If you don't have those already on your dashboard on the stream elements, you can always select on the themes that they had. So once you are here on the edit part, you can copy the overlay URL, and please take note, you can only edit the settings of this overlay here in stream elements. You won't be able to change the settings on the OBS, since it's basically just for this website. So once you have your URL, paste it here on the URL tab. Once you're done with that, just press OK. Alright, I forgot to set the resolution. There you go, 1920 1980 by 1080p. Okay, you should adjust that. Yes, there we go. So that's how you add the overlay coming from stream elements. So that's your be right back, or you can also add any kind of wallpaper that have some sort of image like this, like taking a short break, stay tuned, be right back. Otherwise, you can add your wallpaper, any type of wallpaper that you wanted to use on your game. Let's say I'm playing AC Valhalla and I wanted to take a break. You can add the wallpaper like that one. Then add any text. So let's say this is BRB. break. There you go. I prefer Lato since it's way clearer to see. Then add your text. Be right back. Okay, press enter here. Taking a short break. So this simplified option. If you wanted to create your own style of be right back scene or overlay, I just changed the font. You can also customize your size here. Let's say I'll be making it 100. I'm not sure if I can change the color. I don't think so. Oh, this one here. My mistake. We can change that. Alright, let's see. I'm putting it here down there. So that's how you create your simplified version of taking a break. Otherwise, use the theme settings on the Stream Elements dashboard. And also on the Stream Elements dashboard, they also have the alerts. So be mindful of that. It might conflict towards your Streamlabs alerts. So, right, we're done with the Be Right Back. That's just what you needed to do. If you wanted to add any audio on your Be Right Back or music, you can always play any non-copyrighted music. If you have one, I'm not sure how to add. We can select the media source. Okay. Then select your music on the local file if you want to add any music to it. Otherwise, it's up to you, because I don't usually do that. Going back to the start. So here we can add. We already added the gain capture. If you want to add the separate mic, you can always select the audio input capture here. Mine, I have already an existing one, but I don't really need to add that since I can set my microphone on the audio mixer down here. On the audio mixer part, once you have your mic, you can also add any filters to it, especially if you are if you have your dogs around and they're barking and you want to add any noise suppression or noise gate, you should create these. But settings, of course, for the suppression level, that would differ from your mic, so you should always test your stream. So how do you test your stream in OBS? You should just start record. Don't start stream, just start record. To do that, you should select where your recorded output will be thrown into. You just need to go to the settings, then go to the output, the recording path, select it, which drive you want to save it, select high quality, save as screen, file format. I always use MKV since it's way better. It doesn't occupy a lot of space on your disk, not unlike the MP4. And then, of course, in the encoder, we should use the NVENC. So take advantage of your NVIDIA graphics card, like I also use. Don't use the software X264 since it uses your processor's power and it doesn't compress as good as much as NVENC of NVIDIA, which is way more transparent or vivid, which is better, a lot better. So on the video bitrate, you can also set it here on the output settings. I added mine at 7000 kbps since I play at 1080p 60 fps. The audio bitrate should only be up to 192 bitrate, since if you add it on the 320 part, it will be like you're listening to something like so loud. So you just add it at 192 or 160. It depends on your preference. The encoder preset always set to max quality or max quality, but to make it balance out, just use the quality. And once you're done with that, you can go to your stream, add your stream key here. So this one is shown whenever you click go live on your page. So there's a stream key over there. You should copy it and paste it here. And the server as well. You should always copy those before you start your stream because they change from time to time. So alright, on the next part, you should always add your stream delay. You should always enable it. The minimum delay should be around 5 seconds up to 10 seconds. So I add 10 seconds because it's way more efficient. Whenever you're reading a comment, it doesn't look like you're being late at reading it. So there's quite a delay, but it works. Alright, and here we are with the video. The resolution should be set. The canvas resolution is of course 1080p, and then the output or skid resolution, this will be the output that will be appearing in your stream. So if your canvas resolution is 1080p and you want to stream at only 480p, you can select any resolution here relating to 480p, but that's not ideally useful. It just lower the output resolution of your stream and it doesn't look too good. So just set it to both 1080p. And as for the downscale filter, always use Lanxos because the sharpen scaling, you can notice that when you are using a bicubic or any of these. You can notice that by checking out the pixels of the game, and you will be able to notice if it's too pixelated or it looks like as if it's in a lower resolution. So always choose Lanxos if your bitrate is more than 10 Mbps. As for the common FPS values, I don't think these have any changes. I only select 30 or 60, but since I have better upload speed now, always use 60 fps. Don't change that. So once you're done with that, you can go to the audio settings here, audio tab. The sample rate should not be changed. Just use the default. It's okay. For the desktop audio, this one is where your gain audio is at. If you don't select this, sometimes the system or the OBS usually don't detect your desktop audio, so be mindful of this one. Just like me, since I have a USB audio device, which is my headset and my speaker, so this is also my front speaker or headset. If I have any jack on the front case, be mindful of that. The mic as well, there is a different setting here. Don't use default, of course. That will conflict your system because sometimes it doesn't record. So just think of it as a better option for setting up your audio. So now that we're done with that, you can also add a hotkey to your scenes down here. So I just did mine as a Ctrl-Alt-1 or numbers, so I can easily transition with them if I don't have any second monitor. But if I do have a second display, I won't need to do this, since I can just place the OBS on the second display. But if you have a single display, this is very useful. add those bind hotkey if you want to. It depends on you. But anyway, just a tip. So now that we're done with those settings, all we have to do is start with the scene, create the scene, start, name it, then add the sources. Of course, just add the game capture. To be specific, it only captures the game screen. I have a background playing here, like the what do you call this? An Android. It is an emulator, so yeah, you can see it there. Alright. So whenever you're pressing Alt Tab, you won't be able to see my desktop. You can only see my game playing in the background. So right. For the next part, we should add the alert. Of course, that's the most important part, and I already have that existing here, but I will show you how do I add these alerts on my streams. You just need to resize it whenever you like, but I prefer this small, so it won't be much of a hindrance when you're streaming. So let's go to our browser. We're done with this part. I'm closing this. Go to streamlabs.com, click dashboard, and if you're prompted with logging in, you should log in with your Facebook. So now that you have logged in, go to alert box. You can set your alerts here. You can also customize them. Select the GIF file or image file, the sound or the background music, the format. Let's say for example the GIF is playing here and the text is down here. Let's say someone shared your stream, so that's where it would be appearing to. If you want it to be unified, you just select either of these three. So that's all good. Next is the stars. As for the stars, why am I checking out the stars? That's because you need to check the font size and set it to 60. Otherwise, the other viewers won't be able to see what your star sender would like to say about your stream. Just like I did not check that before, so other star senders, my star senders don't usually read what they are saying on the stream. So you should be mindful of that. You can also change the like support gifters, sharers, donations, merc if you have those, and follows, because I don't trust the general settings. Once you're done with the alert settings or style, you can copy the link here just by pressing it. No need to click this, by the way. I just click that to make the link appear. So once you're done with that, go back to your OBS settings, right click on alerts, then properties, paste it here, and you're done. Just press OK. You can add those whenever you want. You can resize or realign it depending on your preference, and that's how you add your alert. One more thing, what else do I need to right, the chat. So we're going to add another one here, chat. The name is already in use. Okay, chat 2. Move it up. You don't use any other option rather than your game capture and alerts, because I'm quite sure you don't really need those. If you wanted to add a video camera source like a webcam, you can also add that here with this icon. I use the XSplit since I'm using a virtual green screen like feature. So I'm using the XC split. It's way more efficient since I don't have any proper location for my setup. So now that we're done with that, oh, and by the way, if you want to sync your star goals here, you should also add that. I already created mine in this part. So how do you change this? I'm gonna copy this one. I'm gonna end my goal, create a new goal. Your title will be appearing here. So for me, it's definitely going to the internet bills. The goal amount should be set into to 10,000 stars, since that's the Facebook payout. The starting amount is how much stars did you get over your streaming. You can always check that on your facebook.com/gaming/streamer dashboard. I'm not sure where, but I think it's around here in the monetization stars. Oh, they also added gear settings on Facebook. Okay, Facebook gave an advice, so just set it to 5,000. Okay, I'll just do that. Then you can set your goal whenever you want it to end. I'm gonna set it to let's say for example April. Hey, right, April. April 30th of 2021. That would be 04/30/2021. Start goal. Once you're done with your goal, just copy the link, add it here. This is another browser. On your sources tab, add a browser, add existing, and start goal. Rename the browser here with start goal. So once we're done with that, right click on the start goal, properties, on the URL tab, just paste your link there, and you're done. And also, by the way, I forgot to mention something. You should set your width to 500 and height to 100, so it appears like this. It doesn't occupy too much space on your screen, and whenever you resize it, it will just go up like that. But it's not necessarily needed, so it's okay. If you want to make it longer, just do this. That's just the only part your viewers will be able to see. So why is it important to add it on the start? Because it doesn't sync throughout your stream if you don't have them around here. You can also add that here on the Be Right Back tab, so it doesn't conflict that much. And then you can hide it. Just click this eye icon here on the sources tab, so it won't appear on your part, on the viewer's part. As for the start, you can show it to your viewers, or if you don't want your viewers to see it, you just click this icon. It's just important to add that goal, since it will be required to sync throughout your scenes. Now that we're done with that, go through the chat, add your game capture, add existing, since I already have that one, and then add another browser, your alerts as well. Of course, that's important. Don't forget about the alerts whenever you add any things. The alerts are totally important, even if you are on the Be Right Back tab, so your viewers will feel more welcome to your stream. Then the stars goals as well. So the stars goals on the chat scene is totally shown in my stream, since I don't show it on my in-game or start. I just add it to my chat. Once you're done with that, go back to Streamlabs, all widgets, just click the all widgets on the Stream Essentials, then click on the chat box here. You can also customize the chat box whenever you want. I selected Junkie because it's way more efficient. It looks clean, if you know what I'm saying. Kumbaga naka green screen siya dun sa stream mo. Alright, so copy the link here, add it on your sources as a browser again. I already had that one. So I'm gonna add it as a chat. So just don't put it beside the start tool. I'm gonna set it like this. There we go. On this sources tab, right click on the chat properties, then add your link, press OK. Also set the width to 600 and the height to 700 to make it appear like a vertical display here. So whenever someone is sending their comments to your stream, it will appear here. So it's set to permanent on my and always show message on my Streamlabs dashboard, so it doesn't disappear. But you can also add another one to your in-game if you want those comments appearing on the screen. But if you prefer the same as mine, you should just do this, always show messages. Alright, so that's actually all. I can also add my video capture device here, my webcam, but I'm sure you don't have, or you do not use that kind of feature yet. So that's all actually. I hope that this recording could help you with your